Okay, we're starting off for another road trip to make a shop visit. All right, here we are approaching Bill Lynch's shop. Bill and I have been carpooling to Chattahoochee for several years. How you doing, Bill?
Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike. How you doing?
How you doing, Bill? Good to see you. Want to look around your shop?
Fantastic. Welcome.
All right, let's see. I see you got quite a load of wood here, unturned bowls on the hoof. What you got here?
I've got some hard maple. I've got some hawthorn. I've got some magnolia, some dogwood.
Oh, so that's
a huge mixture.
Okay.
Holly. Got some holly here.
Yeah. All right.
Got some pear.
All right. Let me come on in. Hey, Abby. Woof. All right. So here's your lathe. It looks like you got a Jet 1642 on steroids. I see.
That'd be a good description for it.
I see you got a. That's better than a Frankenstein. I see you've added some riser blocks.
Yeah, that gets me up to between 20 and 21 inches.
Okay, so that's bigger than my Powermatic. And you did those yourself?
Yes. They were oak.
And
I had Jack Morris make me a riser for my banjo.
Okay, I see. Yeah. Okay, so I see most of your lighting here tends to be task lighting.
Yeah, shop lighting is on the to-do list, but it's not a real high priority. This really does the job for me. Puts the light on the subject. Here, I have my pyro sets here.
Okay.
My big Husky air compressor and my tool chests.
Okay.
I have a heavy-duty dust collector here that I use with the planer. I have a 16-inch planer here that I do some work with occasionally. Old Powermatic planer.
Okay.
And a table saw is an old Craftsman table saw that I beefed up with a long fence and extension on the table. Any flat surface gets used.
Well, I hear that. I started getting rid of flat surfaces because they just tended to cause problems. Now I see you got another dust collector. That's just
for my bandsaw.
Okay, dedicated. All right.
I've got chop saw and drill press and sanders back there.
Okay. Yeah. Each got its own workstation. Got your sander. Yeah. Chop saw.
Drum sander there, and I've got two more air. When I do a lot of sanding, I use these air cleaners over here. Right here. Turn them on.
I guess that's mostly in the wintertime?
Yeah.
Otherwise
I open the doors up and turn fans on. And
I see you got some heavy duty fans here. We just turned those off so it wouldn't interfere with the sound recording.
Yeah. This cabinet back here in the back is my curing cabinet for things that I've stained or put a finish on. There's also my chunk of wood in there.
Okay, so your cabinet is for, it's kind of a kiln, and then you got a microwave.
Yeah, curing for things that have been like polyurethane and
keep the dust off
put them in here
while you're finishing.
Out.
Do you have any type of fan or heat source in there, or is that just to keep the air from circulating while it dries a little bit?
Keep the air from circulating and the dust off of them, basically.
Okay, gotcha. And then you got your belt sander.
A drum sander.
Drum sander. Yeah. And disc sander. Do you use the microwave much?
On and off. I have used it quite a bit. Sometimes I'll need something, like some of the holly sticks recently that I wanted to use. I put them in the microwave several times to get them done quick.
The blanks or the rough turned?
Blanks.
Blanks.
Blank
Okay.
sticks for finials and such.
Okay. All right. So what's your drying process for your rough turnings, Bill?
I use double wall leaf bags.
Okay.
These molds right here are special order from a guy that had a huge chestnut oak tree, and he wants to give them as mementos for his family. So I turn these in the context that when I take them back to the lathe, I'll sand them. You see, I've already put some detail on them, but if they warp, they warped, and he's fine with that. So I'll smooth them up, put a finish on them, and he gets what he gets.
Okay. Do you, once you put them in the bag, you just let them sit, or do you take them out and periodically and change bags, or?
No, I'll leave these in the bag till probably end of September or maybe in October, because he wants them by December. So I need to get them out and start turning. I've done it.
And now it's just that shortly after the 4th of July, so several months.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a second lathe you got. It looks like a Jet. What model is this?
Mini. I don't know what mini what, but a Jet mini lathe.
Okay, and then you got it on a. This is going to be a traveling lathe, is that right?
Traveling lathe.
And you've added the VFD.
Yeah, the VFD and the motor came as a package. And
so that's a DC motor. Is that what they call a sewing machine kit?
I suppose.
Okay.
But yes, it's a DC motor.
Okay.
And then I put this back plate on it here for safety.
For demonstration, yeah, you got a shield. Okay. And then you got one other lathe I see over there. Tell me about that one.
Oh, this is an old Delta lathe. I got into woodturning when I worked at the hospital in Athens, and actually I belong to the Athens Area Woodworkers Association, and most of that was flat work. But one of the guys there was a wood turner, Don Fournier, and I got to know him.
I know Don. I met Don. He and I had a class together, I think.
Okay, and he sold my son this lathe, and Skip never did do anything with it, and Don got me interested in it, so I bought the old lathe from Skip, my son, and used it with the Reeves drive for several years, and got tired of repairing it, and converted it to this VFD drive.
Okay.
It's a 12-inch swing. I don't know what the bed length is supposed to be, but the swing is a 12-inch swing.
Okay, and then you added a new motor to it, I guess.
A new motor, and Mike Hare got this VFD drive for me and programmed it. I added the RPM meter here on it.
Okay, a little tachometer.
A little tachometer, yeah. And this is the one I use for my students that I have.
And then you built a cover there for your
yeah, I didn't like the stuff spinning around there uncovered and unprotected, so I've added to this original plastic housing, so you can cover that stuff up. Makes me feel better.
Okay. So what got you interested in wood turning, Bill?
Oh, curiosity, and I don't know if you've heard the expression, but my opinion is if you're inclined to be a woodworker and you get a turning catches your interest, it's addictive.
It was for me. I can relate to that.
Yeah, so here I am making bowls for people and selling a few and doing a little spindle work, and I have a guy at church that has a chair. It's a favorite chair, and it's broken the legs and the wrong, so he's asked me to turn some spindles, new spindles, legs and stuff for him.
So you were into flat work already, and already had some flat work tools, and then this was just an add-on to that.
Right, yeah.
Now, how long you been turning?
About 8 years now.
8 years,
yeah.
And how long you been doing general woodworking?
10 or 12.
Okay. So, who would you say has been the most influential on your turning as an instructor or mentor or motivator?
I would say Jack Morris took me under his wing and has helped me a lot, and I've joined clubs and gone to symposiums, and persons such as yourself have given me hints and encouragement and ideas. So, you know, there's a lot of people along the way.
Yeah, Jack's the one that got me interested in turning. So Jack's had a big impact. I'd like to introduce you to Jack Morse. He was my mentor, got me interested in wood turning. Jack, what do you love about wood turning?
Because there's so many ways that you can go with it, so many different pieces of wood, types of wood, so many different shapes, and then what you can do with it afterwards is never boring. There's always something new.
I see here's some of your flat work things. These are flag boxes.
We call them flag boxes for our Eagle Scouts. The certificate goes in the lower part, and they have a flag they put in the upper part here. That's the flag box.
Okay.
That's about the extent of my flat work now.
I understand how that kind of goes away unless you got a honeydew.
Yeah.
You got a pretty nice sound system here for a shop.
Yeah, that's some old hand-me-downs and hangovers from the days when you had component systems, and we just don't use them in the house anymore, so I brought them out here to the shop.
And I see you got a bowl tucked in there. Is that part of your system?
No, this was just a place to put it. My wife said it was ugly because I used airbrush and kind of painted it up a little bit.
Okay.
And she didn't like it, but she likes it to hand out the Halloween candy in.
Okay. Kind of a goblin green, huh? Okay.
So this just kind of tucked away up there. So I like it myself, but
yeah, it's bright.
Yeah.
I bet Jack likes it. Jack likes color.
Yeah. It was all one piece. It's hickory, and it's a stand for a vase. And this was all one piece of wood here. If you see it, I cut it so that these will be petals of a flower, and these down here will be leaves.
Okay.
I'll have to do some more work to actually cut away a lot of this so they resemble petals and leaves. But this is a piece that is in process.
In process. How long does a piece like that stay in process? Is that one of the things you deal with in weeks, or is it just kind of go on and on?
Well, I really would like to bring it to the upcoming symposium in September, but I don't know if I will get the time or not. But this is one that I'll work on as I get to it. Okay.
Now I see you have your tool storage here right behind the lathe. What would you say your favorite tool is, Bill?
The tool that I go with, and where did
your go-to tool?
My go-to tool is a bowl gouge. And
is that what you were turning with when you showed up?
Yeah, that's what I was turning with when we showed up, and then I don't know where I put it now. Anyway, and then this one here for the initial turning is also a bowl gouge. It's large. It absorbs a lot of the shock.
3/4 inch? Man, that's massive. Yeah. That's massive.
It's good and heavy. It's got a heavy handle on it.
Yeah.
But then
yeah. Are those all your tools, or do you have some tucked away that you never or rarely use anymore?
No. These are all my tools. Some of them I use a lot. Some of them I use a little bit. One or two of them, like I made a scraper out of a rasp, and I rarely use it. It just really doesn't do the job that I want it to do.
Well, I think Dave Ellsworth, in his book, he had a quotation, there's no such thing as a bad tool, just tools you use less often.
Okay. That's probably a good description.
So for hollowing, I see you got a Jameson style rig. It looks like a Jameson back plate. That's for your deep hollowing. And it's got a laser on it. Looks very similar. Looks just like the one I've got.
Yeah.
So I see you got an engine hoist to help get some of these big pieces. You turn a lot bigger pieces than I do.
Yeah, I had a couple of bowls that I had to do for this lady. It was a commissioned job, and the finished bowl size was 18 inches wide by about 8 inches in depth, and I needed something solution.
Yeah, so here's a couple of homemade calipers for some of these large turnings that Bill makes. One of them's kind of for a vase, and the other one more traditional figure-8 bowl shape. But you can see this is the stove. He uses his scrap wood and shavings to burn in the wintertime, so that gives you some idea of the scale.
And if you got any comments about what you want to see in a shop visit video, you know, post it below. I appreciate any insight or thoughts that y'all might have on the topic, since this is a little bit different. Thanks.